Yeah, I've got a 2000 International dt466. That's an International 4700. It's a bucket truck. Recently had to replace all the O-rings on my injectors because I was getting oil flowing back into the fuel tank. And it started really not starting. It was intermittent. If you got it started in the morning, it would start up, and then if you tried to restart it throughout the course of the day, it didn't want to start until eventually it wouldn't even start in the morning. So what I ended up having was 3 of my injectors had really bad O-rings on them, so I replaced them. Then I got it back together. Here we are a couple weeks later. Driving to a job yesterday, and I noticed the thing just went flat out. I could hear a miss in the engine, and I figured, well, I knew I had an O-ring problem on number 6, but I only had enough O-rings to repair the 2 that were bad. So I figured it was my number 6 that was an issue. So I pulled it apart this morning, taking a look at it, and number 6 has got oil coming out if you start the engine. So if you take the valve cover off like this, rehook up your computer and your cam position sensor, you can fire the truck up, and then you look down here, the back side where the oil comes out here, and you can tell when it's running what injector is not firing. So that's what I did, and come to find out, it wasn't my number 6 like I thought it would be. Ends out that it was my number 1 right here that was not firing. So I bought this injector harness from Accurate Diesel. I've bought them off of eBay. Every time I get them, they're junk. Even off Accurate Diesel, they're junk. Got it factory from them right out of the package. This red wire wasn't even connected inside the male part of the harness, so I ended up taking the plug from my old harness, pulling the pin out and soldering a new connection and just sealing it up. And then as they get hot and stuff, you get cracks in the wires. I've got probably 4 or 5 repairs in this stupid thing. And then today I ended up taking this apart because of that miss and finding my number 1 wasn't firing. And so what I did was I just went where this connects up underneath here, right there, and I just jiggled the wire and it started to run again. Well, these things, they get some vibration in them. They got these little grommets that hold them in, and these little pins here, they get loose, and eventually as you're driving down the road, this wire or these wires will back out until it breaks these things here. The females will fall down inside and you'll lose connection with your injector. It's a real pain in the butt because your injector is not bad, it's just the dumb harness is a piece of crap. So what my fix is, I've done this to the entire harness now, is these female pins inside. I just push them all the way up and take my handy dandy Walmart soldering iron, get it good and hot, and on the top side where the clip is, you've got these pins on the inside come down, and then they've got a jog in them like that where they get hitched to the wire. And just go below that jog here, melt the plastic, push it down in right underneath that jog, and that will prevent, now they're good and solid. I can pull on these wires, these suckers don't move. So that'll hold them and keep them nice and tight up in there. So I've done that to the whole harness now, so I won't have any more of these problems. This truck has been a nightmare because of this stupid HEUI system, high pressure oil injected, firing the injectors. But you know, if anybody else has these issues, that's just something I've done, and it keeps me from having to keep buying stupid harnesses and being in here every 6 months or whatever because of these dumb issues. But today, since I got this open, I'm going to go ahead. I've got the O-rings for it. I'm going to go ahead and replace the O-rings on the number 6 cylinder. And I got these all peened, so hopefully I won't have any more problems. Hope that helps somebody out. Take care.